Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your boy 3Stacks in this thing. I've been up late grinding. Oh man, I'm so tired. So we're doing over an update on my Prediction Princess deck profile. Somebody asked me about this with like guard dogs and stuff. I don't have guard dogs, TBH. I wish I did. It's a really clutch card, but I do happen to have the Prediction Princess deck on, standby. So since he asked for that, I was like, well, it's a pretty easy request to fulfill considering I already have the cards. So this is Prediction Princess Shaddolls, just a bit more spicy and teched out. It's not a standard list whatsoever. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the main deck. And of course, this Link monster that came out not too long ago is like, I don't know why Konami's starting this trend with like, you just get two of a certain type of monster on the field and just kind of start winning. But this is like the double helix. It's really good. I'll show you one of the best ways to resolve its effect, and plus really heavy towards the end of the deck profile. So starting off with monsters, we have 3 copies of Prediction Princess Territory and 1 pot of the Forbidden. These are the best monsters in your main deck. You don't even need to access your extra deck. You can just abuse these. This is your sword. This is your shield. You just use Territory to flip this and interact with your opponent's turn in the middle of his plays. You can Raigeki him, bounce his back rows, look at a card in his hand, shuffle it. Look at his entire hand first of all. And then also it lets me draw 2 cards, which is the effect that I abuse the most. So long as you have access to Territory, you have an endless access to this card. You just keep Monster Reborning it face down, flip it, use this effect. I think one of the best ways to use it in the middle of your opponent's turn is to look at your opponent's entire hand, pick the best card out of it, shuffle it into the deck, and then after that, you know every other play that they're going to make. So you know what's coming, so you can already prepare yourself for that accordingly. If you have Shiki-Naga on the field, that's going to be a really strong lock. For the Shaddolls, we play 3 copies of Shaddoll Hedgehog. It's the only one that I play at 3 in this list. I feel like you get the most value out of it. You really need to see your fusions, and also you need to see your Shaddolls, since, it's like, Shaddolls have always been like a core. There's just like not enough Shaddolls that are good to run like a full-fledged Shaddoll, lineup. So they're always like an engine / core. 2 copies of Squamata. Definitely want to bump the card up to 3, but I just don't have another Squamata. I wish I had 3. I would be playing 3 Squamata. 2 Beast. Beast is really clutch. The draw power is necessary. Whenever you pitch a Shaddoll, you obviously get another effect on a separate chain link. You have 2 copies of Falco, which is the Monster Reborn for the Shaddoll archetype, and this is the Monster Reborn for any flip effect. So you have like a lot of recursion. Sorry, fresh tattoo. A lot of like that was so random. I just like started slapping my arm in the middle of the video. But like a lot of recursion, a lot of recovery. So many ways to reestablish yourself, breaking boards, and getting your board broken is not really a problem with this deck. 1 dragon. I still feel like just 1 dragon, you're never really going to need more. His effect to bounce cards on the field is actually pretty dope because he doesn't destroy them. So, he's like an out to cards that can be destroyed. And then for utility, we also play 2 copies of Spirit of the Fallen. I want to bump the card to 3 because when you see this plus pre-prep, you get Pot of the Forbidden and the Prediction Princess Territory. So I might bump this just up by 1 more copy, but it adds any flip effect monster from your deck to hand when it's normal summon. And then other cards that serve utility are 1 Prediction Princess Koi Norma. She's a little cutie. And 1 Blue Boy because you're playing Shaddoll Spellbooks. Helps out a lot. The Spellbooks just, combo off really well with, Squamata, Falco, Dragon, Hedgehog. Hedgehog and Squamata, it becomes like a +3. I'm sorry, or a +2, really. It's really good. I just like how it complements the Shaddolls very well. That's pretty much it for the monster lineup. Territory is like by far one of my favorite. She's probably like in my top 3 favorite ritual monsters like in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh. She's just really amazing. I even did a Herald of Perfection Prediction Princess Invoke deck. You guys should check that out. It's pretty cool. Like Herald of Perfection plus Calamities is like good game, like no rematch whatsoever. 3 pre-prep. It's the best spell in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh. 3 copies of Las Vegas, the best field spell in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh. 2 copies of Optimus Prime to search it out. These are your searchers. You just want that consistency. So the funny thing is, I was not playing Ritual Sanctuary in my Prediction Princess Shaddolls for a while. And also, I was playing this deck before Spellbook of Knowledge came out. So this deck used to look really different. And it was a bit inconsistent because I wasn't able to get Territory out fast enough. This deck is now able to turbo out Territory almost every single first turn, establish the board. Like Territory plus anything is really strong. This Territory is reactive. She Monster Reborns you during the end phase. Hand or grave, it doesn't really matter. She's just really powerful. So I feel like the Ritual Sanctuary helps me out in so many different ways. You can actually reborn your Territory back, believe it or not. You put some of these spells in the grave, and it searches your ritual spell or her. So it just helps out a lot. And, you know, obviously pre-prep gets you there as well. Then for the draw power of the deck, we play 3 copies of Allure of Darkness, 2 secrets. This really falls in the category of searches, but it's searching for a card that draws, which is just 2 knowledge. You can play 3 knowledge, but I just feel like I don't want to have too many hard ones per turns. Like, pre-prep's hard ones per turn, the field spell's hard ones per turn. I don't want to play, like, you know, so many hard ones per turn effects. Since the deck has a lot of draw power, you don't want to draw into the same copies of a card that you just played, like knowledge for knowledge, desires for desires, stuff like that. You know, 2 copies of desires. It complements the deck so well. It doesn't really hurt you. Like, you play 3 of almost everything that matters, and also there's so many ways to search everything out first. Desires is just that plus that you really need, because you're playing a ritual deck, so obviously you use a lot of resources just to summon 1 territory, and it's very important to basically regenerate or necessarily rejuvenate, you know, just to mitigate for all the resources that you expend and make sure that you can keep playing the game of Yu-Gi-Oh!, replenish your resources, manage them well, and not lose because you committed every card in your hand to 1 play, you feel me? And for the summoning enablers, we play 3 copies of Prediction Ritual, 3 copies of Shaddoll Fusion. This is a bombshell blowout in almost every matchup. In the Spiral matchup, you just drop this. They're always going to have an extra deck monster. You summon Shikinaga to negate their sleeper if they ever try to sleeper you. Then you summon Territory. You end up finishing them off by using Territory whenever you're ready to flip the Pot of the Forbidden. And then you bounce all the spells and traps. Like, you just return them back to the hand. And, you know, basically the Shikinaga can negate and destroy the sleeper, which will just pop his, you know, he'll destroy the whole field, whatever's there. 1 El Shaddoll Fusion. I know it's at 2 on the ban list. I can't find another one. I would be playing 3 and 2. The fusions really do matter. Then for the traps, just 2 Sinister Shadow games. I have 3. I just feel like you run out of targets really fast. Like, you're never able to resolve 3. You're never really able to resolve 2. You just kind of play multiple so that you can see at least 1 enough. It is a really, really great trap. It's like a lot of things. It does a whole lot. 1 copy of Shaddoll Core. This card is like a really, really clutch. Like, it's like a set. It's so good every time you resolve it. It just, like I said, like, managing your resources matters. It gets you everything back. Like, you can summon this, tribute it for territory, and then get its effect. Like, add something else back. You can send it for Squamata utility. Add something back. It makes calamities with ease. It's just a really, really good trap. And I like that it's searchable, so I like to, you know, keep this. It's handy, and, you know, being able to have it in my repertoire helps out a lot. That's the main deck. Like, it's a lot of spells, you guys. It's a lot of draw power, but we're doing it for a reason, because we're trying to get Territory and like a Shaddoll window on field. I feel like Territory window is good game, no rematch versus Spirals, because they special summon 1 monster, and it can potentially get Book of Moon. If they have Spiral Resort up, you know, obviously you can't Book of Moon it, but nonetheless they special summon 1 time. So they can try to normal summon Tough, but what the thing is, like, Winda can't be destroyed by card effects, so they can't use Tough to like pop her. You know, it's just really, really, it's a powerful lockdown to me, and it's really simple. Extra deck. This is honestly like one of the best links that Konami's ever printed. Like, everybody thought it was trash, but you just have to find a way to make stuff work. Like, honestly, to me, in my opinion, I feel like so many cards have a lot of potential. People just don't take the time to like make it work with other things. Like, this was not meant for Subterrace. This should have just been Shaddoll Behemoth Fiendish, and that would have been totally fine, because it's really good for Shaddolls. It's clutch. Like, to me, I love the link. Everybody thinks it's trash. Honestly, I don't know. To each his own. You're entitled to your opinion. 3 Wanda. My homeboy calls this Wanda. But yeah, Wanda's an absolute beast for any format except Monarchs. She's amazing. And then 1 Annoy Tillis and 1 Shikinaga. I'm gonna bump Shikinaga up because you actually play a couple targets for her. And she's pretty easy to resolve. You play a lot of Shaddoll cards, and she's just a boss. And then we play 1 Omega. Sometimes you'll use Omega to put Shikinaga back. Sometimes you'll use Omega to put your targets back, like to put like a target back into your deck for your Squamata, so that you can do, you know, more combos with that. 1 Black Rose. Black Rose is pretty clutch. You know, it's easy to make. Your tuner of your deck is Falco, and it happens to special summon itself with its own effect, and Territory revives it. And then you have Coral Dragon. you like to like just make Coral Dragon, try to pop cards, and then if he leaves the field, you can like fuse with him, for example, and then make a Noetilis. That comes up, and then you draw a card after that. And you'll draw a card off of him, and if you use Beast, you'll draw 2 cards, or you can use this plus Hedgehog, and you'll draw and then search. Really, really clutch. Some cool little nifty combos. True King of all Chlamydia, because it's easy to make. 1 copy of Satellarknight Deltaros. This is a proxy for Evil Swarm or Ouroboros. That's what it's supposed to be. I only have 1 copy. It's actually right here in my my Herald of Perfection deck, and I love the Heralds too much. I would not give this deck my Ouroboros. It's the only one I have, so I kind of just like use this as a pseudo proxy for Ouroboros. Then we have Puska and Tornado Dragon. Then I'm going to show you guys real quick how you get a lot of value off of this link. So almost every first turn you end up having like Terra Tray in this. And so like, let's say for example you use this, like you just like you normal to Shaddoll and you made this, right? Like it could be anything. It could be any 2 flip effects. So like you use Terra Tray, you flip this, use this effect, you know, draw a couple cards. Link, make this, then you use this effect. And normally you have like Shaddolls in hand. Like I did this once, right? I'll show you something that I did when I was playing with this deck. So like I had Hedgehog in hand, right? And so what I did, I used Behemoth Phoenix's effect. And during your main phase, you can send a flip effect monster from your deck to your graveyard to special summon a monster from your hand, face up or face down in a column that this card points to. So I summoned Hedgehog, you know, face down. And on a separate chain link, Squamata went ahead and it sent Shaddoll Beast from my deck to my graveyard, and it let me, you know, net a free draw, which was pretty clutch. So I got to draw 1 off of the Beast. Then I went ahead and activated Terra Tray's effect, target this monster, flip it face up, and then its effect activates and this effect activates right away. So you do your chain links appropriately. This can be Ash and this can be Ash. So what's more important is the fusion. So put that chain link 1, this chain link 2, and so its other effect kicks in, which lets you add a flip effect monster from your graveyard or your deck to your hand. So it's totally up to you what you want to grab. Like I would probably, you know, since these effects have already been used, I'd probably grab like, you know, for example, like let's say a Shaddoll Falco. And keep in mind, it's any flip effect, which is amazing. And then of course, what kicks in now is going to be a Hedgehog's effect as chain link 1, which adds you a fusion. You can do like El Shaddoll fusion. It's totally up to you. It's whatever you want. I'm just gonna grab El Shaddoll fusion just for example. So what you easily did is you did a +3 off of this, and also keep in mind, instead of summoning Hedgehog, you can literally summon Beast, flip Beast, draw 2, discard, search, add from deck or grave to hand, and still get the play off of Squamata for this. So Squamata can send Hedgehog, Hedgehog can search, Beast draw 2, discard, then this searches. Like it's like resolving like double helix or heavy Metaphors Electrum. Like it just gives you a lot of pluses. Like naturally this deck ends a lot of your cards and pretty much guarantees that you're gonna make Winda right next to this. So this is like really, really clutch for the pushes. And the invisible card I drew was Desires, but these are like guaranteed. This search, you're gonna get these. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys, like if you're wondering how does this Link monster help the deck, it just does some crazy stuff. Like there's way more combos, but I just wanted to show you guys a generic way to plus with the Shaddolls. Yeah, God bless you guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. Make good choices, don't hurt your brain cells, and stay tuned for future content. I'm gonna go ahead and move to the next video so I can go to sleep. Peace.